Welcome back to Besties Do Life.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Amanda.
And today we're carving pumpkins.
Hi, welcome back to Besties Do Life. I know that intro was a little bit spooky.
That was spooky.
But we thought we'd get in the spirit. Today we're going to be carving some pumpkins. Watch this and then stick around and watch the next one.
Yes.
So you can see it all. And you can enjoy some scary stories with us in the next one.
Were you like?
Do not try this at home, please.
Are you
if
like
you're
a
child,
classic
be careful.
face kind of person on a pumpkin, or are you like?
I like a classic style of pumpkin. Do you remember when we were in college and we carved pumpkins together?
Yes.
10 years ago.
I think I have
to the day.
The photo.
Yeah.
On my Facebook, I did the Deathly Hallows symbol.
Yes. I could not tell you what I did.
I don't know what you did.
I don't remember. It's all a blur. I love the smell.
I love the smell of pumpkin. Okay, so tell your story. Your first
What story?
The red ribbon.
I don't know the actual story.
The fuck are you talking about? It was the whole thing. Okay, so when we were kids, we went to different elementary schools, but
I feel like every kid in Canada knew this.
I think probably in the States too. I wouldn't.
Well, I know it was in a specific Canadian scary stories book. It was like scary stories to tell in the dark, and there was like a 1, 2, and 3.
So the story is there was a girl. I think her name was Mary.
Sure.
Does that sound right?
Sure.
Mary always wore a red ribbon tied around her neck, and she met a man, and they got married, and he always asked her why she wore a red ribbon around her neck, and she always said she had to wear the red ribbon. And they get married, and I think they had a kid, and she lives a long life, and her kid always questioned her on why she wore it, and she always just said, I have to wear it, I have to wear it. When she was dying, I think the kid or the husband came to her deathbed and asked her one final time, and she said, this is why I wear it, and she undid the bow, and as she undid it and pulled it away from her neck, her head fell off and rolled away, and that's why she had to wear the red ribbon.
Terrifying.
I
Talk about a spooky
literally
story.
don't understand. Like, there's no way she lived with a fucking decapitated head held on by a ribbon. So the next story, do you know any of them?
No.
The next one was, I think it was called Humans Can Lick Too.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember it being like, the story was like, a girl was at home, her parents were away, and she was lying in bed, and her dog used to sleep under her bed, and when she would feel anxious, she would reach her hand under her bed, and her dog would lick her hand, like, to give her comfort.
Right.
And so one night, her parents were out, she was lying in bed, and she heard this dripping sound, and she got anxious, so she reached her hand under her bed and felt her dog lick her hand. And she kept hearing the sound all night, and she woke up in the morning and went into her washroom and found her dog
This is a little dark.
hanging in her washroom, and the dripping sound was the blood.
Okay.
And she went back to her room, and there was a note on the carpet that said, humans can lick too.
Ew. Wow. They're very spooky.
Did you guys ever do Bloody Mary?
No.
What?
You also did like Ouija boards and stuff.
I didn't do Ouija. Well, I did a couple times. You never did Bloody Mary?
No.
Oh, I was terrified of Bloody Mary.
Well, rightfully so.
The other story that I remember, I actually remember 2 other stories. The other story was 2 college girls living together. One of the girls is at a party, and she comes home late, and her roommate didn't go to the party. Her roommate stayed home to study, and she gets home, and they're living in a dorm, so it's like a shared room.
guess I'm going in.
And she decides not to turn on the light because she doesn't want to wake up her roommate. She wakes up in the morning or in the middle of the night and she goes into the washroom and turns on the light, and on the mirror in the washroom it says, aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light? She goes back into the bedroom and her roommate's dead in her bed.
Oh my god.
You guys never did Bloody Mary? Or what about Blue Baby?
What the hell's Blue Baby?
I don't know. You would say it and then like a woman holding a little like
stop.
I guess
No,
a suffocated baby.
Yep, that's enough. Jen likes the spooky stuff, in case you couldn't tell.
What was your favorite costume you dressed up as, or when you were a kid? Like, what was your favorite costume you ever did? Were you like a classic like witch kid?
I did. One year I did an M&M. I did like a green M&M. One year I did Dorothy. With like winter coats underneath your costume, so the costumes were
yes, yeah. I once.
I'm so done with digging my hand in here. Like,
you're gonna 100% be like, oh yeah, that's definitely you. I once did roadkill. So like I had my mom drive over my like outfit, so it like had like a tire mark. I was once Cruella de Vil.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a Teletubby, so I was like the purple one, Tinky Winky. I did a classic witch. I think, I don't know, maybe like a zombie one time. Like I
remember being a zombie one year. Because the fun of trick-or-treating just like
was
I don't even remember what I was dressed
your
as. I was
friends
going to
like
candy.
running from like feral little rats running from house to house.
Aunt and uncle used to live on this one street, and they had these neighbors who would go all out for Halloween. And I remember one year after we had trick-or-treated in our neighborhood, my mom drove us over to my aunt and uncle's neighborhood. And me and my sister each had a friend with us. Like, it was a whole thing. And we started walking towards the one house that goes all out. And one of the, like, parents or whatever who was hosting the haunted house comes out with a chainsaw without a chain on it and is in full costume and is running around, like, chasing people down the street.
That's
and
awesome.
It was terrifying.
I love
but,
that.
It was fun.
That's awesome.
But I remember being terrified. My mom
feel
was
like
like, get in the car, we're leaving.
Oh my god. I feel like trick-or-treating is so different now. Like, it just doesn't seem as fun.
No.
Like, a lot of the houses on our street don't do anything.
Yeah,
like,
and there's not as many kids who actually go out trick-or-treating anymore.
Yeah. Like, I feel like when I was a kid, it would be crowds and crowds of people.
Children. Yeah, you would run out of candy.
Yeah.
Like,
or like you'd be like
so
running up to a house to beat other people up to the house and whatever. But yeah, like that was always my favorite. Did you ever get pennies?
No.
The way I hate people.
One of my neighbors just give full size. Ta-da! So stick around for part 2
where we tell actual scary stories.
And Jen's gonna be telling scary stories. I will be listening and carving my pumpkin. Subscribe so you can see part 2.
Yeah. Check
out our Instagram and our TikTok. We'll link them down below.
We did a couple other Halloween videos.
We'll have a little Halloween playlist. There's only a couple videos, but we'll have a little Halloween playlist that you can just kind of browse through and check them all out.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in part 2 of this.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.